Have you ever felt like you're the slowest person in the room? Everyone else seems to understand things faster. They answer quickly. They look confident. And you sit there wondering if something is wrong with you. But what if the truth is the exact opposite? What if the reason you feel different is because your mind is operating on a level most people never notice? Stay with me for a moment, because some of the signs of intelligence don't look impressive from the outside. In fact, they often look like flaws. And if you recognize these signs in yourself, you may have been underestimating your mind for years. The first sign is simple, but most people hide it. You talk to yourself, maybe quietly, maybe when you're alone. You walk through ideas out loud. You explain things to yourself. To other people, it might look strange, but your brain is doing something powerful. When you speak your thoughts, you slow them down. You organize them. You turn confusion into structure. You're not just thinking, you're coaching your own mind. Many highly intelligent people do this naturally. Their brain is constantly solving problems, and speaking the thought helps guide the process. The second sign is something many people hate about themselves. You overthink everything. You replay conversations in your head. You question your decisions. You imagine 10 different outcomes before making a move. At times it feels exhausting. But here's what most people don't realize. Overthinking is often a sign that your brain is analyzing deeper layers of a situation. You're not satisfied with surface-level answers. Your mind keeps digging. Yes, it can create stress, but it also means you're capable of seeing patterns and consequences that others miss. The third sign is something people often call laziness. You get bored easily. Simple routines drain you. Repetitive work feels unbearable. Tasks that others can do all day make you restless. But boredom is not always a weakness. Sometimes it means your brain is understimulated. Highly curious minds crave challenge. They want complexity. They want something that forces them to think. When life becomes too predictable, your mind starts searching for something deeper. The fourth sign is one that quietly destroys confidence. You doubt yourself. You question whether you're good enough. You second-guess your abilities. And when you look around, you see people who seem far more confident than you. But confidence and intelligence are not the same thing. In fact, people who know very little often feel the most certain. They don't see the full picture, so they believe they already understand it. But when your awareness grows, something else happens. You begin to see how much there is still to learn. That awareness creates humility. It creates doubt, and that doubt pushes you to keep improving. The fifth sign often appears late at night. You stay up thinking. Your mind becomes active when the world becomes quiet. Ideas appear. Questions appear. Possibilities appear. While others are sleeping, your brain is wandering through thoughts, connections, and new perspectives. Some of the most creative insights happen in silence. When distractions disappear, the mind finally has space to explore. The sixth sign can feel overwhelming. You're sensitive to your environment. Small noises bother you. Background sounds that others ignore suddenly grab your attention. You notice details in rooms, conversations, and behavior that many people completely miss. Your brain absorbs more information from the world around you. This can feel exhausting at times, but it also means your mind is constantly scanning for patterns. And pattern recognition is one of the most powerful forms of intelligence. The seventh sign is something society constantly criticizes: procrastination. You delay tasks. You wait until the last moment. You feel pressure building as the deadline approaches. People assume it means you lack discipline, but sometimes the truth is different. Your brain resists meaningless work. It waits until the moment when the task actually matters. Then suddenly, your focus turns sharp, your energy rises, and you produce results faster than expected. Of course, this habit can be dangerous if it goes too far, but it also shows something important. Your mind performs best when there is real urgency. The eighth sign is something people around you may have noticed. You remember strange details, random facts, lines from old movies, something someone said years ago. Small information that others forget immediately somehow stays in your mind. This happens because your brain stores connections. While others filter out information quickly, Your mind holds on to pieces that might become useful later. Those small details can become powerful tools when solving problems or understanding people. The ninth sign surprises many people. You feel emotions deeply. When something moves you, it moves you strongly. You feel empathy for others. You sense tension in conversations. You understand feelings that are never spoken out loud. This emotional awareness is not weakness. It's complexity. Intelligence is not just logic. It's also the ability to understand human experience. The smartest minds often combine analysis with deep emotional perception. They don't just study problems, they study people. And finally, the 10th sign is the one that matters most. You never stop trying to understand. You ask questions. You search for better answers. You watch videos like this, not just for entertainment, but because you want clarity about yourself and the world. That curiosity is powerful. History is full of brilliant minds who shared one common trait. They were never satisfied with what they already knew. They kept reading. They kept questioning. They kept exploring. Not because they had to, but because their mind refused to stop growing. And this leads to something important. Intelligence alone means nothing without action. A sharp mind that wastes time becomes dull. A curious mind that never moves becomes trapped. You can recognize every sign in this video and still live an average life if you refuse to build discipline. Because the world does not reward potential. It rewards consistency. The real transformation begins when you take control of your time. When you replace distraction with focus. When you stop running from discomfort and start walking directly into it. That is when intelligence becomes power. Day by day, small actions reshape who you are. You read instead of scrolling. You learn instead of complaining. You build instead of waiting. At first, the changes feel small. But over time, something incredible happens. Your habits change. Your mindset changes. Your identity changes. And one day you look back and realize something. You're no longer the person who doubted themselves. You are no longer the person who wasted hours without purpose. You have become someone sharper, stronger, more aware, someone unrecognizable from who you used to be. So if you spent years believing you weren't smart enough, understand this. The problem was never your mind. The problem was how you were using it. Now the question is simple. Will you keep underestimating yourself? Or will you start building the discipline that turns intelligence into results? Because once you combine awareness with action, everything changes. And the moment you decide to take that step, your real potential finally begins.